Okay, this is episode 4 of my Jive Erin NationStates account. Currently we have superb civil rights, a very strong economy and superb political freedom. Population of 137, a flat income tax rate of 6.6, and an economy worth $7.26 trillion. So the goal is just to choose policies or solutions to these issues that come up that fit a libertarian kind of economic and political and ethical framework, which I hope leads to the income tax rate continuing to drop. That's the main thing. I don't like that social order has kind of broken down. I don't know if that's really accurate. Definitely people who proponents of libertarian theory would dispute that kind of outcome. Obviously, people who disagree with libertarian theory would think that's exactly what would happen. Our issues today. When 25-year-old unemployed chicken sexer Olivia Goodwillie was given a prescription for the birth control pill to treat a gynecological condition, she was surprised when the only pharmacist in the remote village of Morris Overvale refused to issue her prescription, instead lecturing her on wantonness, waywardness, and waiting for marriage. The debate. Refused to issue her prescription. Well, that's up to him. He doesn't have to prescribe any kind of medication he doesn't want to prescribe. He's quite within his rights to lecture her as well. The debate. He had no right, cries Miss Goodwillie, tearing leaflets on PMS into little strips. Pharmacists don't know why my doctor prescribed this medication. I have been crippled by my cycle for years, and if that man had to suffer like me, he wouldn't have wanted a lecture. He'd have wanted a bloody medal. Tenno knew he was taking on a role that would require dispensing the pill. He doesn't want to, too bad. All pharmacists should dispense all prescriptions exactly as written, or face disciplinary actions. And can I get some chocolate in here? So I don't think I agree. There's a suggestion there of a kind of a contract. But as far as that goes, in kind of ANCAP philosophy, legal theory, as I've understood it from Liquid Zulu videos, that wouldn't be a contract. That would be a promise. And none of us are obliged to keep our promises. It's not the same as a legal right to force this pharmacist to dispense any particular medication. He might have promised that he would, but I don't think you could say he's signed a contract. It's just a promise. So I don't buy her argument in option 1. I cannot, in good conscience, provide the means for consequence-free intercourse, drawls Will Tenno, shoving his masters in pharmacy under your nose. However, I did suggest non-medical alternatives for her professed condition, and provided the address of a willing pharmacist, not 30 miles away, when the lady was unenthusiastic. I'm a trained professional, not a walking dispenser. Pharmacists should be free to refuse to dispense and make recommendations, as long as they also direct women to a morally unencumbered alternative provider. Don't force me to choose my conscience over my career. Yeah, so there's nothing in there that I disagree with, really. Obviously there's moral considerations. You might not like the guy if you met him in the street, but as far as ethics goes, I don't think he's crossed any. Well, I'm sure he hasn't crossed any ethical boundary there at all. He's done more than he would be obliged to do. He's suggested alternatives and also recommended another pharmacy. Number 3, Tenno does well but goes not far enough, for 'tis hearsay to smite the womb with poisons. Oh, here comes a religious guy. Booms increase more, member of an obscure black-clad order, as he hands you a leaflet entitled "For Whom the Bell Tolls." Bigger, better, and more blessed breeding. He probably wants to make the pill illegal. As saith the one above, the female body is not to be permitted to take any substances that may poison it or inhibit its maternal purpose. Further, let all sinful hormonal machinations and contraceptive devices designed to prevent the begetting of infants be banned. Ladies can find relief from their ailments through prayer, fasting, and bringing a child into the world within the bonds of consecrated wedlock. So that one as well, I disagree with. Just banning a medication if two consenting adults want to produce and then sell any kind of drug to the other one, then that's between them. So again, you can have, I guess, a moral objection. This guy, what's his name? Increase More. He's well within his right to advocate a certain lifestyle, but he doesn't have a right to prevent this person from taking the medication. So it's got to be option one. Things are looking up for patients accidentally prescribed erectile dysfunction medication. What have we got? School fete was a huge success. Social groups welcome rising income equality. City planners consider 14-sided roundabout. Niceness, safety, income equality went up. Tourism went up. Compassion went up. Civil rights, authoritarianism went up. Taxation went up, so I don't know why. Freedom from taxation went down. So some of these you kind of, you kind of scratch your head. Why would that have the particular effect that it did? But anyway, there's the results. Next issue. Try to keep these videos a little shorter. A coalition of middle schoolers and educators have come into the spotlight for proposing that homework should be banned, claiming that it disadvantages the poor. That's a good one. The debate. Homework is just another form of bourgeois subjugation, exclaimed surprisingly knowledgeable 12-year-old Frances Holland, leader of the activist group School Children Raging Against Plutocratic Systems. The children of the impoverished proletariat have far worse work environments after school. Their parents usually have less time to assist them due to working multiple jobs, and they have fewer resources at hand. I suggest we set a level playing field and prohibit all homework. So no, you can't prohibit homework. The word there is prohibit. It's a little bit of, I guess, cultural Marxist kind of justification, which, it's I guess it's neutral. It's wrong, but neutral in terms of ethics. You can't prohibit homework. Number 2, there is a legitimate concern raised here, says Jude, an annoyingly hipster teacher who prefers that his students address him by his first name only. I agree homework should be banned for the sake of the poorer students, but it is a good source of cognitive production. Therefore, I propose a compromise. Let's ban homework, but even it out by lengthening the school day. No, that's not a compromise really in terms of an ethical decision. If anything, it's kind of double unethical. Lengthening the school day and banning homework is just two unethical policies. The problem is these miscreants don't have enough homework, argues Mr. Pong, a frighteningly strict teacher who then takes a moment to admonish Francis for sloppy deportment. My advice is that every teacher in every lesson, every day, must be required to set at least an hour's homework. That should keep the little buggers busy. So this is well, maybe the first one where there's no kind of obvious way to differentiate any one from the other in terms of a libertarian position. Again, trying to keep the videos shorter. Every teacher, every lesson must be required. A lot of kind of authoritarian language in there. Ban it and lengthen the school day. And this one, oh, I really don't want to choose the one with Marxist language. Oh, but is it actually, despite the justifications given, is it actually the least rights infringing option I've got? And I've said that I'm not allowed to dismiss any issues. I've got to make a decision on every issue. I'm not allowed to kind of use a consequentialist framework to pick either. I'm not allowed to look at these and go, well, I prefer the effects of one over the other. I have to base them on ethical considerations. So banning homework is number one. Banning homework and lengthening the school day is number two. And enforcing a certain amount of homework is number three. I think this one gives people the most freedom. This one forces everybody to a specific amount of homework. This one just says they can't set homework. It doesn't stop, smart kids or doesn't stop parents, I guess, from getting after school tutors, that kind of thing. It just kind of says the school's not allowed to prescribe homework. So that's probably the best one. Parents are relieved they no longer have to help. This is going to make people dumber. Lower taxes, that's good. Modern films too confusing. It's definitely made people dumber. Authoritarianism went up. It was probably going to go up no matter what. Freedom from taxation went up. That's good. Where's my intelligence one? I might miss it, but yeah, intelligence went down by a fair bit. People are getting pretty stupid. Public education plummeted. Test scores plummeted. Yeah. Alright, that's our video for today.